Hello friends, how are you? Welcome my YouTube channel, Everything in World. We are now seeing our World Ocean video. Let's enjoy. The Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest of Earth's 5 oceanic divisions. It extends from the Arctic Ocean in the north to the Southern Ocean in the south, and is bounded by the continents of Asia and Australia in the west and the Americas in the east, at 165,250,000 square kilometers in area. This largest division of the world ocean, and, in turn, the hydrosphere, covers about 46% of Earth's water surface and about 32% of its total surface area, larger than Earth's entire land area combined 148 million km2. The centers of both the Water Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere, as well as the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, are in the Pacific Ocean. Ocean circulation subdivides it into two largely independent volumes of water, which meet at the equator: the North Pacific Ocean and South Pacific Ocean. The Galapagos and Gilbert Islands, while straddling the equator, are deemed wholly within the South Pacific. Its mean depth is 4,000 meters. Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, located in the western North Pacific, is the deepest point in the world, reaching a depth of 10,928 meters. The Pacific also contains the deepest point in the Southern Hemisphere, the Horizon Deep in the Tonga Trench, at 10,823 meters. The third deepest point on Earth, the Serena Deep, is also located in the Mariana Trench. The Western Pacific has many major marginal seas, including but not limited to the South China Sea, the East China Sea, the Sea of Japan, the Sea of Okhotsk, the Philippine Sea, the Coral Sea, Java Sea, and the Tasman Sea. The Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest of the world's 5 oceans, with an area of about 106,460,000 km2. It covers approximately 20% of Earth's surface and about 29% of its water surface area. It is known to separate the Old World of Africa, Europe, and Asia from the New World of the Americas and the European perception of the world. The Atlantic Ocean occupies an elongated, S-shaped basin extending longitudinally between Europe and Africa to the east and the Americas to the west. As one component of the interconnected world ocean, it is connected in the north to the Arctic Ocean, to the Pacific Ocean in the southwest, the Indian Ocean in the southeast, and the Southern Ocean in the south. The Atlantic Ocean is divided in two parts by the equatorial countercurrent, with the North Atlantic Ocean and the South Atlantic Ocean split at about 8 deg. Scientific explorations of the Atlantic include the Challenger Expedition, the German Meteor Expedition, Columbia University's Lamont Doherty Earth Observatory, and the United States Navy Hydrographic Office. The Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the third largest of the world's 5 oceanic divisions, covering 70,560,000 km2, or about 19.8% of the water on Earth's surface. It is bounded by Asia to the north, Africa to the west, and Australia to the east. To the south it is bounded by the Southern Ocean or Antarctica, depending on the definition in use. Along its core, the Indian Ocean has some large marginal or regional seas such as the Arabian Sea, Laccadive Sea, Somali Sea, Bay of Bengal, and Andaman Sea. The Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean, also known as the Antarctic Ocean, comprises the southernmost waters of the world ocean, generally taken to be south of 6 degrees latitude and encircling Antarctica, 20,327,000 km2 in size. It is regarded as the second smallest of the 5 principal oceanic divisions, smaller than the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans, but larger than the Arctic Ocean. Over the past 30 years, the Southern Ocean has been subject to rapid climate change, which has led to changes in the marine ecosystem. By way of his voyages in the 1770s, James Cook proved that waters encompassed the southern latitudes of the globe. Since then, geographers have disagreed on the Southern Ocean's northern boundary or even existence, considering the waters as various parts of the Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Oceans. Instead, however, according to Commodore John Leach of the International Hydrographic Organization, recent oceanographic research has discovered the importance of southern circulation, and the term Southern Ocean has been used to define the body of water which lies south of the northern limit of that circulation. This remains the current official policy of the IHO, since a 2000 revision of its definitions, including the Southern Ocean as the waters south of the 60th parallel, has not yet been adopted. Others regard the seasonally fluctuating Antarctic convergence as the natural boundary. This oceanic zone is where cold, Northward flowing waters from the Antarctic mix with warmer subantarctic waters. The maximum depth of the Southern Ocean, using the definition that it lies south of 60th parallel, was surveyed by the 5 Deeps expedition in early February 2019. The expedition's multi-beam sonar team identified the deepest point at 6dig 2846s, 25dig 3232w, with a depth of 7,434 meters. The expedition leader and chief submersible pilot Victor Vescovo has proposed naming this deepest point in the Southern Ocean the Factorian Deep, based on the name of the crewed submersible DSV limiting factor, in which he successfully visited the bottom for the first time on February 3, 2019. The Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of the world's 5 major oceans. It spans an area of approximately 14,060,000 km2 and is known as the coldest of all the oceans. The International Hydrographic Organization recognizes it as an ocean, although some oceanographers call it the Arctic Mediterranean Sea. It has been described approximately as an estuary of the Atlantic Ocean. It is also seen as the northernmost part of the all-encompassing world ocean. The Arctic Ocean includes the North Pole region in the middle of the Northern Hemisphere and extends south to about 6dig N. The Arctic Ocean is surrounded by Eurasia and North America, and the borders follow topographic features: the Bering Strait on the Pacific side and the Greenland-Scotland Ridge on the Atlantic side. It is mostly covered by sea ice throughout the year and almost completely in winter. The Arctic Ocean's surface temperature and salinity vary seasonally as the ice cover melts and freezes. Its salinity is the lowest on average of the 5 major oceans due to low evaporation, heavy freshwater inflow from rivers and streams, and limited connection and outflow to surrounding oceanic waters with higher salinities. The summer shrinking of the ice has been quoted at 50%. The U.S. National Snow and Ice Data Center uses satellite data to provide a daily record of Arctic sea ice cover, the rate of melting compared to an average period in specific past years, showing a continuous decline in sea ice extent. In September 2012, the Arctic ice extent reached a new record minimum. Compared to the average extent, the sea ice had diminished by 49%. Thank you, my friends. Support me, guys.